Hello YouTube, around this side. So today's video is about etcd. In this video, we will be discussing about what is etcd and why it is required in Kubernetes cluster. And if anything goes wrong with etcd, then how you can take backup or take the snapshot of your etcd and restore the same in your Kubernetes cluster. So let's first understand what is etcd. So etcd is a distributed key value store that provides a reliable way to store your data across your cluster. It is designed to be highly available, consistent, and secure, making it suitable for storing configuration data, service discovery information, and other critical data that needs to be shared among multiple nodes in a distributed system. So in short, you can consider etcd as a database in which you are storing all your uh, data, whether it's about your pods, your config maps, your all other resources, even the communication which is happening between other components of your Kubernetes cluster, those are also stored inside etcd. And etcd is available across all the nodes of your cluster. So etcd is a static pod, means we create a static pod for etcd so that it can be automatically installed before creating any resource by any user. So let us understand why it is required. So in the previous slide, in the definitions, you must have came across that it is distributed and highly available. So this is one of the most important point of etcd. So etcd is designed to run on multiple nodes, ensuring that data remains available even if some nodes fail. So if any one of the node is fail, so etcd makes sure that it handles other nodes as well as all other communication inside your cluster so that your cluster should be highly available and is able to interact with the user. So you can also learn about Raft consensus about how this make your etcd distributed and highly available. Another point is consistent. So here etcd uses the Raft consensus algorithm to ensure that all nodes in the cluster agree on the state of the node of the data. This means that once a write is acknowledged, it is guaranteed to be reflected in all nodes. Key value store. Data in etcd is stored as key value pair. Like a dictionary, we have data structure in Python and all other programming languages. So the simple data model makes it easy to use for a wide range of applications. etcd is secure. etcd supports TLS for encrypted communication between clients and servers, as well as between servers in the cluster or the nodes in the cluster, you can say. It also supports RBAC. Integration with Kubernetes. So etcd is used as a primary data store for Kubernetes, where it stores all the cluster data. This includes information about the state of the cluster, such as which nodes are available, which pods are running, and other configuration of the services. So etcd is an open source key value pair database or a tool, which is not a what you can say, it's not dependent on Kubernetes. So apart from etcd, you can use other database as well, which should be compatible with Kubernetes. So yeah, these are the required points of etcd. Let's move to the next slide. So this is the main slide for which I'm creating this video. So what will happen if your etcd does not work? If etcd stops working, the impact can be significant and you can lose your all the data from your cluster. and taking backup and all other stuff is required for it. So first is if etcd fails, then we will also not able to discover the service. So etcd is often used for service discovery, storing information about available services and their location. And if etcd fails, services may not be able to discover each other, and which leads to communication failures. After this, we have configuration management issue. Many applications rely on etcd to store and retrieve config data. And if etcd is not available, these applications may not be able to access their configuration, and which can lead to misconfiguration or failure of those applications. Kubernetes cluster disruption. In Kubernetes, etcd is used to store all the cluster data, including the state of the cluster, pod, services, configuration, etc. And if it fails, Kubernetes API server may not be able to function properly, and it will not be able to interact with all the services, all or the resources. Data loss. As we know, etcd is a kind of a database. If it is a loss, then uh, like we cannot recover those data which get lost, and it will be problematic for stateful applications that rely on etcd for the persistent storage. Security risk. If etcd is used to store sensitive information such as secrets or configuration data or config map, a failure or compromise of etcd can lead to security risk, including data breaches or unauthorized access. So these are some significant points if our etcd is not working properly. So let's start with a practical hands-on, like how to take etcd backups and restore the same, so that you have a particular snapshot of your etcd, and if anything fails, then you have a backup and you can restore the same, so that you don't have downtime for your application and for your cluster. So yeah, so for this, let's directly move to my GitHub repository for which I have created. So this is the GitHub repository which I will be following throughout the hands-on. And basically, I don't have any YAML manifest file to create because it is not required for in my scenario. So everything from the configuration steps and all is written inside this readme.md file. So basically, let us start understanding like what I have written inside this README file, and we will be following the same when we will be playing around in our Kubernetes cluster. So first we have to log in or SSH in our control plane or the master node. So this command is for that. After that, if we have to take a snapshot of our etcd, then we have to install a command line utility which is known as etcdctl. So if that command or that tool is not present in your master node, then you can simply install it using this command. First we will be updating our node, and then we will be installing etcd client. After that, for backing up our etcd and use etcdctl command, we will be requiring these four parameters or fields, which we can say. So first field is the endpoint. Endpoint here you can understand by the Kubernetes endpoint, Kubernetes cluster endpoint. After that, we will be requiring certificate authority certificate, then server certificate, and server key. So don't worry, you don't have to take much efforts for finding these all parameters, like all the values of these fields. So for that, you can directly move or check etcd YAML manifest file, by which we create our etcd static pod. So inside that, we have the value of these fields, and we just have to copy the value from the YAML and paste this same in our uh, command line. So this is the command for taking the backup and saving it in our uh, in our custom, what you can say, custom file location. So here you can see first parameters is endpoint, then CA then cert, and then the key server key. And here we are creating the snapshot and saving it inside this location. After running this command, we will be checking if we have correctly took the backup of our etcds or not. So this is the command to check the status of that. And I will explain this when I will be doing the demo. So let's skip this here. After that, after taking the backup for restoring purposes, like if anything fails in your etcd, then how you can restore the same, the snapshot which you have taken. So for restoring your snapshot, we can use this command, which is etcdl API 3 etcdl etcdctl, then snapshot, then restore command, and the location of the file where we have saved our snapshot. Suppose if like you want to restore on a specific location of your node, so that maybe you have if you are using EBS storage block in your cluster, and you want to like store the etcd snapshot or restore the same in a specific location. So for that, you just have to use hyphen hyphen data hyphen dir flag and the location, and this is how you can like restore the snapshot in this particular directory. So if you are using like the specific directory or the custom directory where you are restoring your etcd, so you just have to follow two commands or two steps there. First, you have to like modify, like you have to first open or edit your etcd YAML, and inside volumes where the volume is meant for etcd data, you just have to modify the path and map the path where you have like used or restoring your etcd snapshot. After this, you just have to restart, means the cluster will automatically restart etcd, and then we can check if we have correctly restored our snapshot or not. So this is simple and like useful video which you can definitely use in your cluster as well as in your production environment if anything goes wrong with your etcd component. So yeah, let me open my killer coda terminal, and this is my playground. I will be using kubernetes 1.30 version like always. And let me clear this. Okay, so let us follow this readme one by one, step by step, and we will be able to create the backup and restore the same. So directly moving inside your control plane, so you can first check what are the name of nodes you have given, because in killer coda I have already given the name, or I have like provided with control plane as my name of my master node. So I will be directly SSHing into this. For your cluster, it could be different, so please be sure of that. So we have entered inside our control plane node, and now first we will be updating our node, and then we will be installing etcd client because uh, because it is not coming by default. So we will be installing this. After this, we will be checking the values which is inside this etcd YAML. So we have updated our node as well as installed etcdctl. So this is the location where you have your etcd YAML or the static pod of your etcd YAML. So we will be requiring this parameter, then cert file. After that, we will be requiring a key file, which is for server key, and then trusted CA file. So I have already pasted the same inside my readme.file. So I can I will directly copy this and paste here. And here I am saving my snapshot in my root directory, and inside this backup underscore etcd.db file. So it has successfully given me the message snapshot saved at slash root slash backup underscore etcd.db. So yeah, we can check here. So it is, let me use cat here. So this is a very big file, and you can go through this file, and it has stored all the data, all the configuration which is uh, happen across this cluster. So there is a simple command also where you can check if you have correctly taken the back, you have correctly took the backup of your etcd. So here I am just printing this command in a table format. So here you can see that in a table format, I'm able to see that I have successfully uh, taken or saved my etcd snapshot. After that, as we have taken the snapshot, so now we just have to restore the same. So let me first use this command. So for this uh, demo, I will be using a custom or a different location or specific location of my node where I will be restoring my etcd snapshot. So here I have mentioned that I am restoring my backup, which I have stored here, and I'm navigating or using this directory. So then you will be performing, or sometimes uh, in your cluster, restoring your backup of your etcd give this error. So it is related if you have not uh, taken your backup correctly, or some misconfiguration has happened, or if any downtime or any incompleteness of your uh, snapshot has like occurred. So basically, to solve this issue, what you can do is you can use hyphen hyphen skip hyphen hash hyphen check is equal to true flag. So using this, it will automatically resolve that issue, and it will not give you this error. So this error, which I was like speaking when I was explaining this README file. So this is why I ignored or skipped this section, and I explaining it now. So because you will definitely face this issue, and it is a very common error for restoring your snapshot. So now I have used this flag, and okay, I guess okay, this location already appears. Let me remove this, and now run this command again. So yeah, it was this location was created from this command, but as it failed to restore the complete snapshot of my etcd, so it just created the location, but it gave me this final error. So this is why I have removed this location manually and re-executed this command using this flag. So now I can see this directory is created here, and we have successfully like restore our etcd in our specific directory. So as we have used a specific directory, so now we just have to check or edit our etcd YAML, and inside volumes we just have to modify the path of our volume, which is etcd data. So it is at the bottom, and in host path and inside path, we just have to mention the path, which is new LOCM. Save this, and yeah. So as we have modified our static YAML, so Kubernetes requires some time for adjusting everything inside our cluster. So we will give some time to our Kubernetes cluster to get responsive here. So as you can see that Kubernetes is not giving us the required output of our kubectl command. So we will just wait for like 30 to 1 minute, 30 seconds to 1 minute, and let's see. Maybe we can use another command. If it is giving the response, then we can consider that it has restored it successfully. So yeah, I think it's up now, and re-execute this command. Okay, let me run this command then. Okay, let us wait for some time. Let me try to run a simple nginx pod, and then we can check if it is responding correctly or not. Hyphen hyphen image of nginx latest. So yeah, I think control plane is taking time for adjusting the thing. Let us give it time. I cannot just simply restart this cluster as it will delete everything. So we are just left with waiting. Yeah, I think it's up now. Okay, so yeah, let me run this command. Okay, so everybody is up now and running, and let me execute this last command. So this command is just for describing our pod, which is etcd control plane, and every static pod run inside this default or sorry this cube system namespace. So coming at the bottom here, you can see inside volumes and inside etcd data for the path which we have given in our etcd YAML. It has considered it uh, and successfully like use it. And here you can see that our etcd pod is also running perfectly. So yeah, this was the video in which like I was trying to explain like how you can take backup of your etcd and how you can restore the same. You can also use cron jobs so that you can have a particular specific time period or uh, daily backup. You can take daily backup or schedule backup of your etcd and you can save your snapshot in your particular node location, and you can have a database for storing your snapshot, and you can use the same whenever and whatever you want. So I hope this video was able to explain what is etcd, why it is required, and how you can use backup and restore option if anything goes wrong with your etcd in your master node or the control plane. Thank you for your time and have a nice day. Thank you.